Hello everyone. I'm making another video. This one is more of an informative one, and it's things that I learned these past 3 years making junk journals on how to make ephemera, actually what to use to make ephemera, tags and journaling cards. Um, so like I said, this is more of a information video as far as the things that you can use to make your ephemera. So let me start off with these books that Deb Robinson had recommended to use for ephemera on Junk Journal Junkies. Um, they are called Memories of a Lifetime. And as a beginner, of course, I'm like, oh, I need to have that. So what do? I go to Amazon and I buy 8 books of different titles. This one is called Birds and Butterflies. Then there's Weddings. Then there's Love. Um, but these are the ones that I use to get my ephemera and make tags or journaling cards. They have very beautiful pictures inside these images. And they also run fairly inexpensive. Some of them were $250 and others were up to $19. So the price ranges between $250 and $19 at Amazon. Um, Deb Robinson recommended them, and of course I went crazy and I bought, like I said, 8 of them. And those are some of the books that I use to make my ephemera. My big mistake on these books is that I was actually using the actual book, the actual pages in the book. Look at this one. The pages are gone. I also gifted some pages to people when I sent out racks. So they have the originals on here. And what is my lesson that I learned? I need to scan and print and keep all the original ones. So that's what I do now. I also go to the secondhand store and buy these kinds of books. Sorry for moving that, ladies. This one, I believe, it's probably a textbook from some college because it's called American Paintings, and it was all these images on different type of pictures, paintings actually, but I use them in my journals. My mistake as well, I was using the actual pages and cutting them up and putting them in my journals. So that's the lesson learned once again. I scan. Here is another old book. This one is called Vanity Fair. This one has images from 1920 to 1930. The majority of them are black and white. Very beautiful pictures in here. There's some very beautiful vintage women. That also, same thing. I need to scan and print. Now you may be asking what kind of paper I use. First, I was using just regular cardstock. I was using a 67-pound cardstock to make my prints. This is a cream color. But I found this, and I found it at a secondhand store. It's called double-sided matte photo paper. It feels just like cardstock, but the quality of your printing is so much better. Let me show you. This here is a page from one of the books, Lifetime Memories, and here is the copy of it. See? Really nice. And this is the matte photo paper. Now this is just regular cardstock. You can see the difference right away. It looks more dull. So if you want better quality prints, use the matte photo paper. That one works really well. So, lesson learned, scan and print. Another resource that I use is magazines. I go to flea markets and I find me some magazines. I happen to have found these, the New Yorker of 1953, and this magazine only cost me 50 cents. This one as well. As you can see, I was the same thing, not knowing any better. I cut it up and used it. What do I use from here? I use the ads. That's the ephemera that I use in my journals. I use all the ads. Now what I do is I scan, print, and then cut them. So that is a great place to find some ephemera. Now, I want to give you some advice and not do what I did. You can see these are very old magazines. This New Yorker here, I looked it up and it is worth now $59.99. That's this one right here. My biggest mistake is that this one here is the New Yorker December 5th that I cut up. $89.99. So my recommendation is before you start cutting up any books, old books, vintage magazines, check the value. Like I said, these have value now. I only paid 50 cents. So make sure you check to see if they have, if they're collectibles, and you can sell them a lot more so you can have more money to buy more craft supplies. So magazines is another use to get your ephemera. So now magazines as well, you can use the modern ones as well. Here I have this altered journal book that I made for my daughter. And on this one, I used regular magazines, modern day magazines. See the tags? And they're just the ads in the magazine. This magazine, I don't have to worry about scanning. I just cut it up and use it because magazines have all the makeup that you want to use. Here's a pocket that I use a magazine cut up. So as you can see, you can use it on your modern journals or your vintage journals and make your tags and your ephemera. The next item I have are calendars. You can use calendars as well to get your ephemera. This one here is from 2016. They have beautiful images as well. Pictures that are vintagey. And you can scan them, reduce in size, and use them in your journals. And on the back, usually on all calendars, they have the tiny versions of the pictures. And I also use these and cut them up and put them on journaling cards or tags. So you get good use out of calendars as well. The next item are greeting cards. I go to the secondhand stores or thrift stores and I buy packets and packets of greeting cards. And these as well, you can use either directly, just cut it up and put it in, or scan it, reduce it in size if you want. And you can also use these as your journaling cards. Beautiful. I bought these at the secondhand store. And the best part about getting greeting cards is that they come with the envelopes. Boy, do we love to use envelopes, don't we, in our journals? And different sizes envelopes, different colors as well. We love envelopes, all right? So what a great way to get your ephemera and get your envelopes by buying the greeting cards. And also on greeting cards, I just want to show you really quick. If you don't like a certain one, you can also use it to punch out and make little embellishments that then you can put on your ephemera or your tags. So here's some cutouts of it. You can also use your different punches to punch out to make altered paper clips. You punch out two of them, two of these, put a paper clip here, glue it together, and there you go. Put some little lace on there, and there you have it. You have yourself an altered paper clip, and it's all from greeting cards. And you can use that as well for your journals. Another source that you can use as well are stamps. Stamps have sentiments, or like this one is just a happiness card, and it says to write down things that make you happy and things that make you ecstatic. And what do I do with these? I get my scraps of paper, just any scraps that you have, stamp them on, and there you go. You have yourself some journaling cards, some inserts for your journals. So stamps is another source that you can also purchase. These stamps, this one is from Tuesday Mornings, but some of these I actually got in bags at the thrift store as well. So stamps is another resource that you can also use. Another source or craft supply are stickers. These stickers were gifted to me, but I have seen these like at the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store that they're called. And just regular stickers that you can use to either make yourself a journaling card or a tag. So you can punch a hole, put some lace, and there you have it. You have yourself tags from the stamps that you can use. Another great source, which I feel is the best source, is internet. There are so many sites that you can get free printables, that you can have images of ephemera that you can use. My favorite site to use is Pinterest. I use Pinterest to get the images, to get tags, but let me show you exactly what I do. For example, I will go in and I will make a copy of music sheet. And so it's a whole 8x10. First, I print out the music sheet. Then I go back and look for some tags and then print right over the music sheet. So that's how I get some music notes on the background of my tags. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, I'm wasting too much ink. Well, you can print directly on music sheet. This is coffee dyed music sheet from a book that I bought of music sheet. And what I did is I just put it in the printer and printed these tags. You can barely see them, but these are also tags. Now this is regular paper, so what would I do? I would glue them or sew them onto cardstock to make them a little more firmer so that I can use them in my journals. So that's how I use Pinterest. Here is another version. This is a little more on the grungy side, but you can see the new music notes at the back and then the cards on the top. So this is what I wanted to show you guys or give you some information on, because it took me time to really learn how to get my ephemera and my journaling cards and my tags. And this is just the resources that you as a beginner can use to make these beautiful journals, whether they are vintage, see, or whether they are modern. It's the same concept. You want to make your ephemera, make your tags, and make your journaling cards. Well, ladies, if you want me to make anything on exactly how I make them, like the cards, the ephemera, just, let me know what specifically you would like me to show you exactly how I make it, using the scissors, using the paper cutter, the glue, what glue I use. Let me know in the comments below, and I will try and get those videos out to you as soon as I can. So hope you enjoy. Thank you.